Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nakiato here. Some of you guys may remember me making a video back in the day on how to use a phone as a soundboard for your computer. Now, this way is still a viable way of doing this. It's still a good way of having a soundboard for like Skype or any other audio program that you have like Discord or TeamSpeak or so on and so forth. But I got a lot of comments from you guys about like, well, I don't have this cable, I don't have this, I don't have a phone, I don't have a laptop, yada, yada, yada. Is there a way of doing this just on the computer? So I figured, well, what the hell? Even though I don't use this soundboard process anymore because I have a physical, actual soundboard now. I'll still show you guys how to do this with just a program on your computer. So I did a little bit of research, did some digging around, and I got you guys covered. So let's do this. Now, I'll link the old video of using your phone and stuff like that down in the description in case using a phone sounds like something you want to do. But if you don't want to do that, then this is the other way. So there are technically four programs that you're going to need, because obviously you're going to need Skype. Skype or whatever audio program you want to use. You'll need that. You're going to need Voicemeeter Banana. Voicemeeter Banana is a audio mixer program. It's basically like having a soundboard virtually emulated on your computer, which is nice. It's a little resource intensive at times, depending on your computer setup, but it's a kick-ass program. You're going to need a virtual audio cable, which the same company that makes Voicemeeter Banana also makes a free virtual audio cable that is the simplest audio cable that I've ever used. So I will link both of those down in the description below. I'm just going to link everything that I'm about to mention down in the description below, because that's going to make the process a bit easier for you guys. So you'll need Voicemeeter, that virtual cable, and you're going to need a program called EXP Soundboard. So EXP Soundboard is the soundboard program that I found for you guys that is pretty kick-ass. It allows you to do some cool stuff, like also doing this, to where you can push a button and it starts up music. You can push another button and it stops music. You can key all of your sound clips to your keyboard, which is really convenient. It works in some programs and some games, and sometimes it doesn't in others. It kind of just depends, but play around with it, see if it works for you. But I'll show you guys how to use this program. But first, let's get Voicemeeter set up. So what do we have to do with Voicemeeter? Well, for one, after you install Voicemeeter and after you install your virtual audio cable that you checked out in the link down below, we're going to come over here to Voicemeeter Banana, and then we are going to first we need to add a hardware output, and that's in this top right hand corner right here, this hardware output section, and that's what A1, A2, and A3 is. You can select up to 3 hardware outputs, so 3 different speaker types. Let's say you have 3 USB speakers, you can select all 3 of those right there, and particular channels can get sent to those 3 different devices. Very, very fucking well-rounded program. So for A1, we'll just go ahead and choose, the speakers that I have, or my headphones. For hardware input, this is going to be your microphone. So this is going to be whatever audio device you have recording your voice. I am obviously using my soundboard, so I'm going to select my sound right there. So you click on the hardware input and then select the one that you want. Sometimes I get locks up lockup and stutters using WDM. So I personally use MME because it gives you the option of both for every single one. So I figured, I'll let you guys know my struggles with WDM. MME seems to be the way to go for me, at least. Kind of depends on your hardware setup. So your microphone, and then what we'll need to do is we'll have to select the audio cable that you installed, the virtual audio cable. So under hardware input 2, even though this isn't technically an actual hardware input, it's virtualized, but whatever. Select the VB virtual, I don't know, virtual something audio point. This is the audio cable. I think they use the designator VB every time, so that is the one that you'll select, unless for some reason yours is named differently. Maybe you have a newer version of the audio cable. It'll say audio cable. It'll say VB. It'll say something along those lines, and that's what you're going to select for your hardware input 2. Now, on voice meter, like we said, or like I said before, your hardware output, A1, A2, and A3, you'll notice they're actually right here too, on each channel of audio that you have. So, for example, I'm talking right here into this mic. Now, if I select A1 on this mic, it's going to play my mic in my speakers, like so. Of course, you guys can't actually hear that, but it plays my speakers, or my microphone into my speakers, and that's going to be the same thing that happens for hardware input 2. Anything that gets played on that audio cable is also going to get played on my desktop here, so I can hear it because I have A1 selected. Now, B1 is going to be the voice meter output, and that's what this virtual input thing is right here. This voice meter VAIO in this channel here. This is voice meter's input and output. It's a little confusing to explain, but this is basically what replaces your system tray down on your bottom right hand corner, your audio mixer, in a way. Now, what we'll do is we'll take this EXP Soundboard, and now the reason I selected this soundboard is because it allows you to choose your output, and this is very important because there's a bunch of programs that don't allow you to do this, whereas this one does. So after you have this program installed and you add some sound clips on here, this bottom section you can have up to 2 outputs. So for the and you don't have to use the second output, but for the first output we'll select cable input, cable input, VB audio virtual cable. Now that's the virtual cable that we have installed. That's the input into it, and the part that we have on voice meter is the output. So the soundboard is feeding into the virtual cable, and then the virtual cable is feeding into voice meter, and then voice meter is going to feed into Skype. It's all just a series of tubes, essentially. So we'll select cable input, and then, have your sound clips selected. And then on actual voice meter, you're going to have B1. That's your audio, or your voice meter's output is B1. So we'll have B1 selected for the cable line, and then we'll have B1 selected for your microphone. So whoever's on Skype or whatever audio program you're using will hear your microphone and the EXP soundboard. And then we'll go to Skype. And in Skype, you'll notice that when I talk, the volume here is actually moving. Now, under microphone, you want to select the voice meter output. So VB audio voice meter VAIO. This is what I was getting at when I was saying it replaces your system tray settings. This is voice meter becomes your new audio settings essentially. So we'll select the voice meter output right there, and then just to show you guys that it's working, obviously when I talk, it's moving both this bar here to show my decibels and this bar here. Now we'll play some audio. So and you can see that both voice meter and Skype audio was detecting it and pushing it live. Now, to double check it, I also did a test recording this output through Audacity, and everything worked fine. There was no feedback. There was no reverb from it. People didn't hear themselves or anything anytime I used this setup on Skype or Discord. So there's no issues there. And this is really the simplest, easiest way to use a soundboard that is installed on your computer and not through an external program. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, concerns, so on and so forth, leave them down in the description or down in the comments below. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that jazz. I am getting out of here because I've been sitting here for 12 minutes trying to explain this, and well, in this single recording, I've tried to do this recording probably about 5 or 6 times now, so hopefully this is the one that sticks. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. You guys have a great night, day, or whatever it is. Enjoy this outro music.